This episode of CBTV Idaho is being sponsored by the East Idaho Workforce Training Center. I'll tell you more about them later in the video, but first, the top stories. We're going to discuss a large-scale snow sculpture competition happening in Driggs, Idaho beginning this week and what the local construction community is doing to make this event a reality. I'm going to give you an update on the scheduled construction at the intersection of 17th and Woodruff, as well as an update on the Waterline replacement project happening on John Adams and Lincoln Drive. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Tyson, and you are watching Construction Business TV, Idaho Falls, Idaho. Welcome back everybody to CBTV Idaho. If this is your first time on the channel, Construction Business TV is a online-based news platform dedicated to keeping you up to date on all the construction and development projects going on in your local area. If you haven't seen the show before, we start this off with a local construction job post lead. Koppers Railroad Structure has an immediate need to hire bridge construction technicians in 9 different locations across southeast Idaho. This position is full-time, it is entry-level experience, and there are many shift options. They're looking to hire positions in Idaho Falls, Ammon, Pocatello, Blackfoot, Rigby, Rexburg, Newdale, Sugar City, and Fort Hall. So if you're interested in learning more about this position, you can follow the link in the description below the video. It'll give you everything you need to know about this position as well as how to apply for it. Story number 1 is going to be an update on the Lincoln Drive and John Adams Parkway replacement project. If you missed last week's episode, this is a little rundown on the project. This project is going to replace existing waterline, reconstructing the roadway to eliminate excessive crowning and extending its useful shelf life. This is going to take place in the area of John Adams and Linden Drive. Lane closures are possible through the duration of the project with traffic speed reduced. So since we last spoke on this project, the president of JM Concrete has informed me that they anticipate starting this project June 1st and reaching completion of the project before August 30th. If you find value in the information that I provide for you every week and you want to show your support of CBTV Idaho, you can do so by liking the video, hitting the like button below the video, as well as subscribing to Construction Business TV on YouTube, following us on Facebook, as well as following us on Instagram. We are available on all 3 platforms. Let's hit story number 2. So story number 2 is going to be an update on the 17th and Woodruff story that I covered last week. This is also going to be a bit of a correction, as it was brought to my attention that I left some misinformation in last week's episode. I apologize for that, and I want to correct that right now. So I talked about the construction happening on the intersection of 17th and Boulevard, but then I went on to explain construction that was actually happening on the intersection of 17th and Woodruff. There is construction, or there are plans for construction happening on both intersections. I just switched the intersection with what project was happening. So the real project that is happening on 17th and Boulevard is that this is going to be a project to improve the turn radius at that intersection by extending the culvert and moving the sidewalk and signal arm to a new location. So it's to create a safer turn radius for the traffic in that area. This project is slated to begin on the 17th of this month, and the anticipated completion is going to be later in the spring. Possible lane closures along 17th and Boulevard are going to happen during this construction, and this construction is being headed by Knife River Corporation. So when we go to the intersection of 17th and Woodruff, here is an update on that project. This project is to add right turn lanes in each direction of that intersection, as well as additional left turn lanes in all directions. So it's a full out expansion at that intersection. Some water lines are also going to be replaced as new installation of storm drains. So I reached out to city officials for more information regarding this project, and this is what I was told. The bidding process for this project required presentation and approval at the ITD board meeting on December 15th of 22. Since approval at the board meeting, the Idaho Transportation Department is currently working to award the contract to the lowest responsive bidder, Knife River Construction. Once the contracts are complete and awarded, we will be allowed to have a pre-construction meeting, at which time we will have better information on the contractor's approach, detailed traffic control impacts, and the schedule to the project. So they're anticipating that the award process will be complete this month and they'll have a pre-construction conference in February. Before I get on to story number 3, I'm going to throw a little spotlight to our sponsor, the Eastern Idaho Workforce Training Center. Have you heard of the Eastern Idaho Workforce Training Center, sponsored by CEI? This new center opened in 2022 and it focuses on workforce training for trades such as construction, manufacturing, HVAC, plumbing, heavy equipment operations, and a whole lot more. This facility is sponsored by CEI, but it is industry-led. It is led by you. It is led by the community, the businesses that need workers with strong skills. Whether you need to train an existing workforce or if you want to help in training the future workforce, this training is done your way. At this facility, you'll find 8 high bays and 6 classrooms along with 3 acres of land, which is perfect for high equipment operations training. So if you want to get more information on getting trained as a student or training your workers, contact Penny Lyon at 208-535-5409 or click the link provided in the description below the video. Our top story is being borrowed by an article put out by EastIdahoNews.com. Tuesday, January 10th, so that's tomorrow, is marking the beginning of the 11th annual Driggs Snowscapes. So Mill Concrete, Driggs Public Works, and Avail Valley Construction in that area, they're working to build 9 large concrete forms and fill them with more than 30 tons of snow harvested from local unplowed roads. Starting January 16th at 9 a.m. until the final bell on January 20th at 10 p.m., 25 professional sculptures from Wyoming, Idaho, and Washington will transform the plaza into an ephemeral, awe-inspiring monumental art installation. So a Driggs Snowscapes community block party and awards ceremony will take place outdoors at Driggs Plaza on January 21st from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This event will feature a new quick sculpt competition from 1 to 2 that involves up to 10 artists carving 4-foot tall snow blocks into any design of their choosing. Individual artists will have 1 hour to complete their sculpture as the crowd watches. A $300 cash prize will be awarded to the winner. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Construction Business TV Idaho. Thank you guys so much for your time. As always, thank you so much for your support. If you haven't yet and you want to show your support, make sure you like the video below and subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, any of your top favorite social media platforms. Thank you guys for your time. Drive safe.